Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, folks, welcome back. We are with my 11 plus class here on Monday. We're looking at multiplying with decimals and we're looking onto the extension work. How would we do these type of questions after knowing how to do these short multiplication? How do we do long multiplication and decimal points in both numbers? So, okay, Arwa, can you please pay attention? Look at the board now, please. Right, lovely. Mr. Rian, are we ready?
Yep.
Good. Okay, the rule number 1 states that we have to count the total number of decimal places. So one thing we have to emphasize here is we are counting decimal places and not decimal points. This is a decimal place. This is a decimal place. I did ask for red. I got purple instead. So we want these. So how many decimal places do we have altogether?
2.
2. One here and one here. So we make a statement here. 2 dp in the question. Now, rule number 2 states that the number of decimal places in the question will be equal to the number in the answer. So if you got 2 in the question, we will also have
2 in the answer.
2 decimal places in the answer. Remember, it's not decimal points, decimal places. So let's have a go. So what do we do first? First of all, we do 5 times everything on the top time by 7.
Which is 35.
So 5 times by 7 is
35.
35. 3 times by 7 is
21.
add 3 is,
24.
so that's gone now, that's been used up. Now I'm not putting any decimal points in this part of the working out at the moment. Now in the next line, when you do long multiplication, we always put a
0.
box or a 0 or a flower in there, whatever you like. Now you're going to multiply everything by the
6.
second digit, which is a 6. So 5 times by 6 is
30.
okay. I think we're going to run out of space, nearly 30. And then we're going to have 3 times by 6 is,
18.
add 3 is, 18 add 3 is,
22.
are you sure? 18 add 3 is 22? 21. Now I'm going to do a little bit of adjustment here because my numbers are not lining up. So give me one moment, I'll do a little bit of editing, live editing. Let's just get rid of this 2 is too big, it's in the wrong place. I'm going to delete that. Put it back in. Okay, ready? What was the number on top? Is it 2?
Yeah.
That's better. Now the numbers line up. I'm not getting rid of this 3 here. We don't need that anymore. Are we happy with that now?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's add them up. 5 add nothing is 5. 4 add nothing is
4.
2 add 1 is
3.
and 2 add nothing is
0.
2. Okay, the last number is just literally fallen off the page. Let's write it so it's actually on the page. 2. Now, the question says we must have the same number of decimal places in the answer as in the question. So what do we do now? Let's get decimal places be 1, 2. So 3.5 times by 6.7 is 23.45. Now remember this, folks. I will show you in yellow what I'm trying to explain to you. Here's my original decimal points. Here's my decimal point for the answer. Now if you follow me now, what I'm going to do is show you as a demonstration. I don't need you to do it. Just listen to me. So these two are lined up at the moment. And then we go across to this one here. Okay? So we're not trying to line up the decimal points unless they line up according to the rule. So in this particular one, they don't line up. And we weren't trying to line them up. We are following our rule. Let's move on to the next question. Let's get rid of those 2 green lines. That was the last one at least. Okay. 2.57 times by 6.3. So let's have Arwa. Can you please count for us the total number of decimal places, not points? How many places are there in this question?
3 decimal places.
So the first one is 5, 7, and then 3. So we say 3 decimal places in our question, which means 3 decimal places in our, oops, this was the answer. So let's get started. Okay, I think what we should do now, learn from our previous setting, start the question a little bit to this side. So Mr. Yuan, can you please copy this off for me, please? So more space to do the work. Okay, right. Salia, which number do we start with first? Everything on the top has to be multiplied by which number?
7.
3. 7 times by 3 is 21. 5 times by 3 is 15. Add 2 is
6, 8, 17.
17. 2 times by 3 is
So I think you made a
What happened?
So I think you made a mistake because you put 2.57 and you put the 6 after the decimal point. You haven't learned them to just.
Oh, I have landed them up. Okay, let me just pause that and say that again. Okay, my student Arwa has pointed out to me that, sir, look what you've done here. I think you made a mistake. So I've listened to a comment and now I'm going to share that comment with you. She said here in the question, you haven't tried to line up the decimal points. And the thing is, when we're doing multiplication, we are not trying to line up the decimal points at any time. I'm just setting the question out. 3 digits on the top, 3 digits on the top and 2 on the bottom. I am not at all trying to line the decimal points in multiplication. Yes, I am doing in division, and yes, in addition and subtraction, I am trying to line them up. Okay, that wasn't meant to be like that. So if you look here, these are not lined up. That's what I was saying. They're not in a straight line. They're diagonal. That well spotted, but that's not an issue in this particular question. Let's carry on. So we said 5 times by 3 is 15. Add the 2 on the bottom gives you 17. So 2 times by 3 will give us 6. Add the 1 is 7. On the next line down, when you start the second digit, you must put a 0 first. You can put 0 in there, little flower in there, star in there, whatever you like. So now we're going to multiply by the everything on top by the second digit. 6. So 7 times by 6 is
42.
42. 5 times by 6 is
30.
add 4 is
34.
okay. Then 2 times by 6 is
12.
add 3 is
15.
15. Now let's add them all up. So 1 add nothing is 1. 7 add 2 is
9.
no. 7 add 4 is 11. 5 add 1 is
6.
and 1 add nothing is.
1.
Now here comes the beauty. We said in the beginning of our question that we are going to have how many decimal places in the answer? 3. So let's get the 3 in. So starting from the end, 1, 2, 3. So contrary to popular belief, we are not at all in this type of question trying to line up the decimal points, as I will show you with a straight line. Okay. So these ones are diagonal, and that's an even bigger diagonal. So our method, our aim is not to line up the decimal point, is to follow the rules. So I'm taking the last diagonal off because it's looking a little bit messy on the video. Okay, and that's the end of that particular question and video. So we've done the easier question and we've done the harder ones as well today. So let's have a go through these questions for homework now.